All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about how to attack our opponent's back from the mounted position when his defense is in a place to where I don't feel like I'm going to be able to finish him from here. All right, so my opponent's got great defense. He's blocking everything. I'm not able to achieve any grips. I'm not able to separate his arms. So I'm gonna go into my head and arm and my straight arm bar attack. So I'm gonna drop my chest over his arms. I'm gonna put my hand behind his head. All right, this is gonna allow me maximum mount control. And then I'm gonna start to attack this arm. So I'm gonna drop my hip a little bit on this side, put my hand behind the elbow, and I'm gonna start to separate this arm. All right, but he knows what's coming. So he's gonna be super defensive when it comes to me trying to get my head and arm choke. And I'm afraid to let go of this control right here and go after that straight arm bar, right? So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for wrist control on this side, right? So I wanna grab his hand, I'm gonna pull my hand behind his head, and I wanna attack him right here. So now I'm gonna start to set up my gift wrap. All right, so my hand is gonna come in on this side, and I'm gonna grab my own wrist. All right, so once I'm in this position here, I'm gonna start to attack his back, all right? So what I need to do is I need to pull him up, slide my knee up. As I slide my knee up, this other foot on the other side is gonna slide up into the armpit. All right, I wanna be up super high so he can't explode and move and throw me off of it from here, all right? So now we're gonna set up our back attack, all right? So from here, I'm gonna pull him to me so that I can start to slide my other leg around the body, all right? So if we're doing IBJJF rules, remember, I can't just drop into a body lock from here. I've got to actually establish my back control, so my foot has to pass the hip down here, all right? So now I've got my gift wrap and I've got my back control. All right, so now I'm gonna finish this thing. Anytime I have a gift wrap on my back, the first thing I try to do is my one arm choke. I love a good one arm choke. It allows me to finish. It surprises my opponent often because they're not expecting me to do it, right? So I've got control of this hand, so I'm just gonna switch and knock that hand down. I'm gonna reach all the way back. I'm gonna grab my own gi, right? This is what allows me to finish this one arm choke in the gi, right? So from here, a lot of people would just like extend their hips and pull, but it's much tighter if I squeeze everything in. So I'm gonna squeeze my elbow into his chest. I'm gonna curl my abs in my head, and everything is gonna come in, and I'm gonna get my one arm choke from there. All right, guys, the second way that we're gonna attack the back from the mounted position is based on my opponent's reaction to what I'm doing. All right, so I'm doing the same type of attack. I'm dropping my chest on top of his arms. I'm putting my hand in here. I'm giving him a lot of shoulder pressure. I'm gonna separate his elbow here. I'm gonna push my hand to the ground. I'm gonna start to walk that hand across the body, right? So once I've got that hand across the body, this one I'm gonna do a little bit differently. I'm gonna let my hand slide up, and I'm gonna get a grip in the back of his gi, and I'm gonna move my chest forward, and I'm gonna put my chest on top of his elbow, only giving him one option, right? So he's gonna have to try to turtle to escape now, all right? So as he starts to explode, I'm gonna slide up behind him. I'm gonna keep that grip in the collar right here so that I can start to take the back from here. All right, so with my hand on the ground, my foot in his hip, I'm gonna pull him up and so that I can start to pull over to the back. Now, I like to grab on the gi right here and pull him up so that I can pull and set my second foot in. Once I've achieved this position, I've got this collar grip right here, and this is already super tight, but I need a little bit of space for my hand to go underneath the chin. So I'm gonna let my hand slide down so the second hand can come in, and I can get my second hand in for the choke, all right? A lot of times he's gonna be grabbing this hand anyway, right? So as he's starting to grab that hand, I can just create just enough space for my second hand to come in. This is already super tight. Now from here, I'm just gonna start to squeeze, and I'll finish my choke there, all right? So that's two ways that you can attack the back from the mounted position with a couple of different finishing options. You guys give that a try, let us know what you think.